Hello everyone. Alright. I think I'll win it. Bear with me 1 second. David Foster's joined us. Heist has joined us. Chris Lewis has joined us. Sasko's joined us. Man, I can't pronounce his name, has joined us. Yoink. Lovely. Bear with me 2 seconds. How is everyone? They good? Right. Yada. Oh, people, don't be difficult. Right, we're all set. Cameras look good? Do the cameras look good? Dylan's joined us. Chris is with us. David's with us. A's with us. I'm just going to go with A because that's as far as I can get. Heister's said spewing. He's got to cook dinner. We'll probably be here for a while, mate. Right, what are we going to do tonight on the stream? I've got a few things I can do. I've mounted up this wheel here on one of my cross spare tyres. Okay. Now, it's a pretty wheel. It's got to be said, it's a pretty wheel. It's one of the DJX wheels. I think I might put these on my SG4C Demon. What do you think? Let me grab the truck. Heave. What do you reckon? Now, I've got cross wheels on it at the moment, but I'm sort of enjoying switching stuff up. I've got stuff and things. I've got bloody, what are they called? The spring location kit coming for this truck. So I'm going to put the factory shocks back on the back and relocate the rear shocks, etc. and so on. That'll happen in one of the streams, possibly this week. But I'm enjoying just sort of changing things up a bit. So I might think of just taking these off. We'll smash these on. I mean, I think that's going to be a pretty good look. What do you reckon? We'll give that a go. Also, I went and got some shock oil the other day. I got some Proline 30 weight shock oil. Okay. I'm going to try this in the Gen 8 and see if we can't make those shocks a bit nicer. Because they're a bit average. They're not trashy. I was going to say trashy, but let me just turn this way a smidge. There we go. Lovely. Right. Also, I want to get rid of that while we're on this screen. Just for now. So, I'm going to whip these off. And we're going to try mounting up these fancy shiny wheels. And then we're going to look at redoing the shocks in the Gen 8. What else? I can show you how to take the paint off the windows on your Gen 8. Can do that if I've got my stuff here. Yes? Right, now just in case Hans watches. Hans is the official have you got your jack under your diff police. So let me just pop that under there. I don't know how well you can see that, but I'll just wind up that little jack there. I love scale stuff. God, it's good. Look at that. No, jack her up. Okay? That's jacked up. Right. Yoink. Facebook notifications. Sorry. Can't reply. Busy and all that. David, I was thinking of your side of the world when I made the right-hand drive. Dude, you smashed that. I want one. I legit messaged Cross after I seen yours and said, can you please make the dashboards in the future in numerous pieces so people can piece them together to be either left or right-hand drive. I've messaged Cross and put forward that suggestion because it's something that should be a thing. So with any luck, they'll go, yeah, that's not a bad idea, we'll do that. I also said, please put 1.55s on all your trucks, like, you know, all these sorts of trucks. Got to test my luck. Heave. Right. Now, for those of you that are new, for those of you that are watching later on the YouTubes, or you haven't been here before, the top of the screen, you'll see a bar. Okay? What this bar is a goal. It's a goal for the BCRC community. Now, I asked a lot of guys if they'd be keen on seeing the Element RC Enduro unboxed, reviewed, and give one away on the streams. And everyone was pretty pumped about the idea. So, once we hit that bar to the maximum, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to unbox one, review it. There'll be running videos and all that sort of thing. Then we're going to give one away. Now, depending on how much I like the truck, if I don't like it, we'll give 2 away. Now, how do you donate? Well, in the description, there's a link. And if you click on that link, it'll take you to a page and you can make a donation to the stream, which is, it's not to the stream, it's to the BCRC community, which I like to think all you guys are a part of. So that goes towards more prizes, more giveaways, all those sorts of wonderful things in the future. I want to make this the biggest, the bestest RC community in the world. Not even joking. And I think we're on a pretty good... We're on our way. Please come apart, Will. Where's my little screwdriver with a flat end on it? This side of my desk, the reason you don't see it is because it's a pigsty. Okay? Oh, I'll use this old drive and lift it up. Some of these wheels, once they grab hold, they just do not want to let go. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you... There we go. When you bolt wheels together and crank down on them pretty hard. That's going to happen. Trent's joined us. Hello, Trent. My God, that's old knot. Bit of pry action underneath there. Lovely. So we're just going to pull this cross wheel out. Yoink. And then we're going to pull this ring out too. So I'm going to get your casts off. Well, any cast off, as you like to put it, Chris, that goes up for giveaway is not going to be a normal cast off. For example, if I unbox and review, etc., an Element RC, obviously we're going to give one away. That's part of the plan. But if I decide to give the second one away, well, it's not just going to be a normal Element RC. It's going to have my twist on it. So it may have a nice set of Beadlock wheels on it. It may have some possible upgrades. It'll have a better servo. It'll most likely have a year racing motor. It'll have this, that, and everything else that sets yours apart from the other one that went out. So it's not just going to be Jono trashed this truck, broke all the gears, now he's shipping her out to me. Okay? So rest assured, it's going to be a good truck. Because I don't give away shite. Right. Now, I'll grab this wheel first. This was in my spare, and the reason I'm not using this one is the spare tyre foam with cross trucks is really soft. This is the foam that's used with the Lexan body trucks that are really light. So this foam itself is actually too light for the full hard body truck. Now, top tip, if you pull a wheel apart that you're not going to use again, or you're not going to use it for so long, once you pull the wheel apart, put it back together. Put the bolts in it, put it in your drawer, something like that, so you don't lose it. And so you know that when you go to put the wheel back together, everything you need for it is there. Just joking, buddy. It's alright, mate. Got to explain this stuff anyway, because no doubt there's someone sitting there probably would legitimately think, oh, he's just going to give away his trash that he doesn't want. It's not like that. Now, I've been tossing up some ideas in my head, and I'm on the fence. I don't know yet, but I want to build more cross trucks, obviously, because I love cross trucks. There's no two ways about it. So I've been possibly considering the idea of moving on one of my trucks, maybe two. One of the trucks I was possibly considering, and I say it like that because I'm still on the fence, is my camel truck. I know a lot of you are probably just falling over then, so I'll give you a second to stand back up. I love my camel truck, I really do. I put a lot of hours into building it. I just don't get to drive it enough, and it's really heavy. Given how my back is, my back's not doing great with really heavy trucks. I've got the Mammoth, which is up on the thing there. At some stage we'll probably grab that down. I've got the Mammoth up there, and that weighs 40 pounds. It's heavy truck. Any hard body truck, Lawrence, comes with the harder foams, okay? So don't stress. You're all good. So possibly my camel truck. Possibly, I don't know. I mean, I love the truck to pieces. Like I say, I put a lot of time into building it. So that's a biggie. I'm sure a lot of people would love to have that truck. It's been featured everywhere. So that's possibly on my list for moving on. And it's like I said, it's just more so because it's heavy and it's getting harder on my back to pick these trucks up, which means I drive them even less. So and that's a bit sad, I think, because they're beautiful trucks. And then at some stage, possibly my TRX4. I know, right? Another truck that's pretty well known everywhere. That it's very, very upgraded. I won't tell you how much money's underneath that truck. But it's getting to the point where I'm running out of things I can do with it. Please pop out of there. No. Yoink. Yoink. Right, here's the difference for those wondering. I'm not going to pull the foam out of this one because these foams are really quite hard to get in and out because they're stiffer. Let me turn on my close-up cam. Let's go full-blown close-up cam on this. You can see the white foam inside that tyre, okay? This is what the RTRs use and the Lex and Body trucks use, okay, with the cross trucks. In there is black foam, and it is hard, okay? And for good reason. It's hard because these trucks are heavy, and you want hard foams with heavy trucks. Mark my words. So yes, now big important thing when you're doing your wheels, set them in the correct direction. Okay. Now this tyre goes this way. You can see on this tread pattern, the V goes up this way. Right? Don't put it on backwards. I know people will tell you they'll grip better and all these wonderful things, but it's just not true. Tyres are designed to be like this so they can disperse water and mud better. They will disperse it better this way than they will this way. If you run your tyres backwards, you will fill them up with mud before you disperse any. Fact. Okay? I like facts. There's one for free. Mr. Robert Mazza's messaged me. Oh, come on. Cooperate. Okay. Awesome. Right. While I'm here, quickly get rid of these notifications. Yeah. I'm just going to post the link here. There you go, boys. Come and join the stream. That's how we sort that out. Get rid of that. Bring that back up. Lovely. So anyone got any questions? Right. Now hopefully because this has already been fitted and it's used to being squeezed in, should make this twice as easy to put the wheels on. Bull Gear's joined us. Hello mate. How's things? Alright. Lovely. So yes, like I was saying before too about this bar, the quicker we get that filled up, the quicker I can order them, so the better the chances are that we are ready to give away one of those trucks as soon as they release. That's ideally my goal. We're sort of running out of time, but that's ideally my goal. I want to give one of those trucks away as soon as they are released, so I can send her out ASAP. So whoever wins himself an Element RC can be playing with her as soon as possible. They don't have to wait too long. I hate waiting for new toys. Hate it. And I wouldn't want to make anyone else wait either, so that's sort of the mindset behind that. Get out of there, screw. Wait your turn. Right. Squishy this in here. And you go. Into your new hole. Right. So, like I said, if anyone's got any questions. Oh, Zesco's donated. How to RC. $5 donation. That thing didn't make a noise again, did it? Oh, man. I have tried so many times to restart that, reinstall it and everything, so that when someone donates, it makes a big deal, puts a notification just here on the screen and all that. I apologise, Zesco. Thank you very much for your donation. It's very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. There is supposed to be a big fancy notification there. It basically says you rock, because you do. So, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, mate. Right, now, I'm going to do my old trick of starting this off with 2 slightly longer screws than what we used to put them together. Chris Lewis, just got to go and see if I have any charcoal for the barbecue. Back soon. No worries, mate. We'll be here. We'll wait for you. I could probably got away with the normal one there. So if you have any trouble... Whoop, don't tighten that yet. It's not sitting quite pretty. Really do appreciate it, mate. It means the world. I've got some big goals for BCRC, some big goals and stuff like that. Stuff like that is what helps. Dave says lick the tyre. No, David. Damn it, you made me pop the bead out, David. Not funny, man. Generally speaking, if I can't get a bead to cooperate, I'll do it on this one and I'll show you. Right, grab this out. Please come out. Right. What I'll do is, I'll take this out of here. I've got one of these open somewhere. There. Right. Shock oil. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a little drop. I'm going to close up cam it, so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. There's not much there, you can see that. Right, and I'm going to run that around the inside and outside of the bead. If you're watching us, do feel free to say hello. We're pretty friendly here. We like a chit chat with anyone that's watching. So what you're doing is you just keep rubbing that around the bead. You don't want it too slick. Oh, look out, Cheesy Puffs is here. The Element RC Enduro is a great looking chassis. Will be fun unboxing. I think it will be, and I think it's going to be good that you guys are going to have the chance to sit there and say, Jono, can you show me this part? Can you show me this? You can ask questions and get instant answers, you know, to everything you want to see. Right. Right. Lovely. Look at that. That's all just sunk straight in then. Just from that tiny smidge of oil. Lars says, yep, I'm eating Cheesy Puffs right now. No jokes. We don't think you'd joke about Cheesy Puffs, Lars. Right, so that tiny smidge of shock oil around the bead is enough of a difference to make this cooperate and make the wheel twice as easy. And it's a bit better than licking the bead, David. Okay? No licking the bead. Right, I'm going to change that back to mainstream cam. Thoughts on servo winches? I've never really had one, if I'm honest. I've always used the normal bumper mount winches, and I think that's partly because I like the idea of having a winch on my truck. You know, it's a lot better for scale videos and scale photos if you're actually using a scale winch, but nothing against them. I mean, obviously, you've got the opportunity to get a lot more power out of them, but how much power do you need, really? Right, let's do that. I love wheels with this sort of bolt pattern. Quick and easy. Yoink, yoink, yoink. So yeah, I don't mind them. It's just a matter of finding one that's, if you don't want to make one yourself, finding one that's a good price, because there's a lot out there that are either really cheap and make you worry, or really expensive and you go, well, holy shit, I'll just buy one of these. So yeah, you just make sure you're happy with what you're paying. Do your research. Ask around. Has anyone used these before? Are they any good? Now, obviously, not everyone's going to say, yeah, they're perfect. Odds are, someone's going to comment and go, nah, mine was crap. It doesn't matter what you get, whether it's RC cars or full-size cars or whatever. There's always a chance for a lemon. Right. Assume that's in there. Shiny. So yes, that's my thoughts on that. I hope that helps. I might need different wheel nuts with these wheels. I might not. We'll see. That is a big hole in the centre of there. Ideally, I'd like to have wheel nuts that have got a flange on them. These ones don't. God knows if I've got any of those ones. I mean, I would have. Somewhere. There's one. Would I have 3 more laying about? I'll show you why I'm saying this. Right. Yoink. Close up cam. Right. So we've got our wheel nut done up here. Okay. Now, I don't know exactly how well you can see this, and I don't want to zoom in too much because I don't want to wreck the picture, but I'll use this as a pointer. The hole in the wheel is nearly the same size as that nut. So obviously this wheel will fit multiple different axles, etc., which is great. But the hole's a smidge big, and there's no flange on this nut. What I'll do, I'll take this nut off real quick. I'll show you what I mean. Right, now you can see that nut. Yoink. Sit that down. Right. There's the difference. You can see one's got a flange and one doesn't. Now, because that's got a bigger hole, I'm going to use the flange one, and I'm just going to have to find 4 more bolts with flanges, 4 more nuts with flanges. No doubt I've got some here. It's just a matter of where I've got them. I mean, I can pinch them off another truck and put the ones off this truck on another truck, but there you go. Aren't they pretty, Will? Aren't they nice? And they're not expensive either. None of the wheels that we showcased the other day. God damn, look, all over the shop. Straighten that up a bit. Check out that bad boy. Okay. That is a mean looking wheel. I think they can stay on that. Some stage too, I'm going to put smaller tyres in this truck. Just because I don't like my tyres too massive and chunky. I'm thinking something like maybe 105s. I'll put something like that on there, I think. Right, mainstream. Last is commenting on my Facebook stuff. Yoink, yoink. Last, I thought you were in here. You're confusing me, man. I can't read it right now. I can't. Oh, please come out. Right. Grab my little dealy here. I do like hanging on sometimes, those things. Right, let's smash another one on, and then we're going to get a proper idea of what this is going to like. I think that the shininess of this wheel really does actually complement the colour of the truck. What do you think? Do you think that works? Once I've got one more wheel on it, once I've got one more wheel on it, we can... Don't forget jack stands, kids. We can flip side to side, and then you can have a good idea. Yeah, I posted a pic of our cheesy puffs. Chris is back. The barbecue is lit. Awesome. It's barbecue time. What are you putting on the barbie, mate? Some shrimps? How stereotypical of me. Right. I might have to break out one of my bag of random nuts and bolts to see if I can find some more flanged wheel nuts, or try and think of a truck that's got flanged wheel nuts on it. Oh, my trailer does. Nice. I might just pinch them off the extra speed trailer, because that doesn't really need them. Nice. The bonus of having multiple RCs, you've always got something to peel for parts from. Something I wanted to check too is just make sure, yeah, they're tight, I think. Just want to make sure those hex, the hub is tight on the wheel. I didn't check that. So they're pretty Mickey Mouse. Lovely. I want barbecue. You see, cooking some chicken. Wheels look good. Tyres remind me of Pitbull Growlers a bit. Well, these are the Cross RC Blackrock tyres. They are brilliant tyres. I put these on the Gen 8 and it made a massive difference. Massive difference. For those that want to hear at the start of the stream, we're going to... excuse me. We're going to rip open the shocks on the Gen 8 and see if we can't make those a bit nicer. Because that's one of its biggest flaws, in my opinion. Not that people go much on that sometimes. Man, why is it whenever I stream, my Facebook goes nuts? There we are. Good, Robert. Thank you for sharing the link. Thank you, my friend. Totally forgot. I'm just going to dump a link there. There we go. Wicked. Lovely. Wicked. Now, I know some people were a bit attached to the Facebook streams. I know some people were. I know there's some people that don't like the idea of trying new things and all that sort of stuff. And I know the first few YouTube streams were a bit shy. Okay. But they're getting better. Things are working a lot better, especially now with all the cameras and microphone and such. So they're the same types. Yes, they are. Exactly the same, except yours will have these phones. And I'll show you what ones these have got. The only reason they're different is because hardbody uses heavier phones. Last, hey, I'm going to listen to you while I continue my build on the workbench. Nice. What are you working on, mate? What are you working on? Pop, please. Once these wheels grab, they grab. What are you working on, lass? Building the 8x8 Mercedes dump truck. Nice. Ugh. Give me back the beadlock. These foams really do hold onto that beadlock ring really well. Thank you. Right, as I said before, put your wheels back together with your bolts so you don't lose. I know for some people this might be boring stuff and you think to yourself, why doesn't he just do this later? Because we'll still be here. And it doesn't take long. And I mean, this is real life RC right here. It's not cut and shut, you know. Oh, I installed this and it worked perfectly. I mean, I installed that Samick stuff and all that fit perfectly. But there's going to be some stuff that you fit that just doesn't work like that. You know, you've got to have a little bit of finesse. You've got to hold your tongue right. You've got to wiggle it the right way before the bolt will start. This is just a part of the fun, and that's the sort of stuff that all of us deal with on the daily. So I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat my videos with, you know, I'll just cut this here and cut this here. John Davies has joined us. Hello, mate. Right, I'm going to try and remember that you are X thing. John Davies X thing. Bing. Right, these are the foams that the hard body crosses use. Very stiff. These are the ones that the RTR and Lexan body trucks use. Not near as stiff. They don't need to be. Right. Next on my list, pull these bolts out, put that wheel together, put it on there. Then I'm going to grab the extra speed trailer and pinch some bolts off it. Some nuts. Trent says, I'm rebuilding a nitro engine for one of my bashes. More power to you, man. I don't think I could deal with nitros. I'd rather just plug a battery in and use it. I know it's all about the sound and the smell and all that. The tech guys joined us. Hello, mate. How's things? All right? Good? Wicked. One more. But yeah, you see a lot of people stuffing a nitro and they spend more time tinkering on it than they do driving it. I mean, I say that. I spend more time building stuff than I do driving it, but you know, I know I can always just plug my battery in and drive it. Not taking the piss either. Full credit to you if you've got the patience to tinker with those. Young Williams messaged me, dude, I am streaming. I am not replying to messages. Yoink. Okay. That's just what happens. Okay, when I stream, I try to touch that as little as possible. I only use my phone to switch scenes. Okay. Right. Make sure tyre is facing the correct direction. Beadlock ring in. Lovely. Try and centre that as best I can. And this is important so you don't get that horrible wobble in your wheels. When you put your beadlock ring in, that's when you want to try and centre everything as much as you can. You squeeze evenly either side. Trent, I'm a mechanic. Fuel engines are easy. They are easy, but they can be temperamental. I've had a lot of old cars that were pretty temperamental. I'll give you the tip. Right. So, now I'm going to grab my little shock oil container. I'm going to put a slight little smidge come out. That's plenty. Just a smidge, okay? Going to run that around the bead, inside and out. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side, and these wheels should just glide together. And if they don't, I'll cry. I'll have a big wham. Right, just a quick little layer of this stuff. Lovely. Yoink that way, yoink that way. Pop straight in. Now we're just going to make sure our bead's sitting Mickey Mouse, as it were. Get all nice and right. I watched another review video today. Well, it wasn't a review, but it was a shit video anyway. Not telling you whose it was, but it was trash. I screamed at the TV for ages. I think I screamed at the TV after the video was finished. That's how bad it was. There's some really shitty videos out there, people. I don't think mine are too bad. I mean, I don't sit there tooting my horn, but I don't think my videos are too bad. Just some videos you watch, it's like, what the hell? But I'm not going to get too bogged down into that. We don't want that now, do we? You guys tell me, who's some of your favourite YouTubers? What sort of what's your favourite sort of videos? What do you like to see and watch, etc.? That'd be cool to know. You said in another stream about a shock relocation kit for changing the rear shocks on the Demon. Can I see it? Yes, it should be here this week. Once that turns up, I'm going to install it on a stream so you can see. I'm going to be putting it on 2 different trucks. Hopefully Robert read my message correctly. I believe there's 2 different kits. One for the old school Demon, which is a 10-bolt diff, and one for the newer style, which is a 4-bolt diff. And I've got 2 different types coming. So I'm going to install those. I'm going to put my proper shocks back on here, and it should be sweet. So stay tuned for this week. This is going to be a big week coming of streams. You do not want to miss it. Dylan, I watched some of RC Sparks. So I used to watch a lot of RC Sparks. I used to watch a lot of it, but not so much anymore. It's just not the same. And now I'm going to ask your opinion, because I mean, this is part of the... You guys ask me my opinion all the time. I'm going to ask you your opinion, and then, if you like, you can ask me for mine. So I seen a post that Aaron did. Now, I'm friends with Aaron, friends with him on Facebook, you know, get along great, etc. and so on. Much respect for the man. He's done a lot in RC. So I'm not thinking anything bad about the man, so I'll clear that out of the way before we start. Okay. Aaron did a post saying that they're looking to buy content from RC creators for, like, well, depending on the length of your video and how good it is, you know, example would say between $40 and $75 US bucks a video or something, like, depending on how good it is. Issue being, well, I mean, it seemed like they don't give you any credit, but Aaron did say we can do credit, but it's not sort of, we're not going to go out of a way to do it. And this is just how it came across to me, so if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. Anyway, what do you guys think about the idea of if you go out and you spend, I don't know, 4 hours filming, and you go home and you spend, anywhere up to 10 hours editing a single video? I know I spend at least that much time editing videos. Are you willing to take a quick hit of cash and give all the rights, 100% of the rights, to someone else for your video? Is that something you'd be willing to do? Keeping in mind, now this is something that went through my head, okay? Aaron's got possibly millions of subscribers. I don't know exactly how many. It's over 1 million, I'm sure. He makes, let's say, I mean, he makes good money off his YouTubes. I mean, he's got now 2 channels. I'm not entirely sure why he created the second one, but anyway, I'm sure it's for good reason. He's now got 2 YouTube channels, as to which he gets phenomenal amounts of views on every video. Now, after recently monetizing my YouTube and seeing the sort of money you get, say, per 100 videos, he's making pretty good money. Okay? I'm not saying he's rich, but he's making pretty good money. So, what are your thoughts? Would you be happy to go out, spend, let's say, between 15 and 20 hours to go out and film a 5 to 10 minute video, and then sell it for between $40 and $75? Now, keep in mind, that's subject to it being good enough. Okay? Now, I'm not sure what's classed as good enough, but classed as good enough so that they are happy to play it, I guess, on some form of new channel. I can only assume. I can't say that he's just going to put all these videos on his current channel. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, what are your thoughts? Is that something that you'd be happy to let go? 75 an hour, 75 cents an hour sounds good to me. If only it were that easy, Robert. Why are you not? This is one of those thick hexes with thick paint. It's alright, it'll squeeze down. I've got it in there. My work, my time, my property. I can understand that. Well, this is why I'm asking. Like I said, not having to go at the man. He's trying new things and different things, etc. And good on him for it. I don't know. I was a bit, do you know what I mean? Like, nah, man. If I put that much time and effort into something, and I know I can put it on my YouTube channel, and I might make $2 off of it. Rush Creek RC. Sounds silly. Pretty sad having to only want to make money from a hobby. Got to make money somehow. But I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, obviously Aaron's a content creator. That's the road he's gone down. God damn it, they're not the ones I thought they were. Beep. Anyway, so I mean, there's lots of people out there that create videos for YouTube, and that's how they make their money. Dylan says he's got to go. He's got work early in the morning. Thank you very much for stopping by, mate. Very much appreciate it. While we're chatting, I'm going to look through these containers to see if I've got any more flanged wheel nuts. Rush Creek RC, for everyone that doesn't know, is Mr. Chris Leach. So if we ever say Mr. Leach, you know who we're talking about. Yoink. I was a bit funny on it. I mean, like I say, I've monetized my stuff. I don't expect to get much from it, but I do put a lot of effort into what I do. So it'd be nice to get even a little bit in return. I mean, hell, I watch all the ads when I watch other people's YouTube videos. So if you watch mine, please watch the ads. But it's, I don't know, we spend a lot of time, we spend a lot of money, all these sorts of things. All your cars are done, no more live stream. What are you talking about, mate? So there's always something to do in this garage. I've only put 2 of these wheels on this truck. We've got to do the other side. I've still got to do the shocks on the Gen 8. I'm going to show you how to remove paint from the windows on the Alexa body. Those sorts of things. All the fun stuff. There's none of that. This YouTube is working tonight. Mate, I've been telling you. I've got it all sorted now. Okay, I know you would... Mr. Leach, love him to pieces, right? One of my best mates, Mr. Leach. He was a little bit doubtful of the YouTube streams, okay? And I understand. We get comfortable with what we like, and that's what we like to stick with. And I'm a bit like that myself. I went all out, Mr. Leach, okay? I wanted to make sure this was something that you guys would love to watch. Now, when I did it with my phone, we had a horrible connection. Like, the picture was good, but it was really delayed and a bit jittery. I've gone out, right? We've got a webcam up there, and then you can see in the little corner camera. So we've got 2 fancy webcams, okay? Then we've got a fancy microphone, a Snowball Blue Ice microphone. I'm running all this fancy nonsense on my computer that I've had to teach myself how to do, okay? Now, Mr. Leach, this is for you. Actually, let me just check these 2 containers for the nuts I want first. Real quick, like. There's one. Awesome. There's another one. It's black, but I don't care. It'll do. In here. I'm a bit finicky. I like all my wheel nuts to match, but for tonight it's fine. I think we've run out in that one. One to go. John says this is 100 times better than the start. This is where it is, man. Now look at this, Mr. Leach. I don't know if you've seen this fancy option we've got now. We've got close-up cam. So now, when we do unboxings, I mean, come on. I mean, check this out. When we do unboxings and such, I can now pick up the close-up cam, zoom in on parts people want to see. So you guys can say, Jono, show me the transmission of that Enduro truck we just unboxed. No worries. Pick it up, close-up cam. You are, poof, in there, right? Looking at it. If, for example, I have to go and race to the crapper, right, or something like that, this is what happens. You ready? Come on! So, if I've got to rush off and do something, right, the door knocks and it's a postie. We all know how much we'd rather jump up and grab the postie, don't we? Right? So you jump up and grab the postie. I can smash on that, I'll be right back. There is literally a 30-minute YouTube video of mine running the whole time. So every time we go back to it, right, it's in a different spot. So you're never going to see the same thing twice in the same stream. And if some stage down the track, you guys are like, Jono, okay, can you change the Be Right Back video? Yep, I can. I'll just change it to one of my other videos. We'll take a vote and you guys can pick the video. I've been telling you, man, this is better. This is better than Facebook. We've just got so many more options. And Chris, I really appreciate you coming along because I know you were pretty hesitant about this. And after the first couple of streams, I can understand. But we are on track, my friend. Right, I need one more of these flanged wheel nuts. Purdy, please. The other problem with my garage, I've got too many little containers and bags and of nuts and bolts and shit everywhere. Lawrence, watch the rest later, mate. Have to be up by 6 a.m. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for joining us. Very much appreciated. Chris Cocking's with us. Hello, Chris. So, I mean, it's all for the good. It's all for the good of BCRC and being the biggest, bestest RC community in the world, which I think it already is. Okay, I'm a little biased, but this thing's gonna be big. All right. I said to you guys at the start of this year with little hope. Right, I had little hope. I said I want to give away a truck this year, and I was only planning on giving away one. And all going well with like stuff like the donation thing. If you want to donate, there's a link in the description. With things like the donations and the giveaway wheel and all these sorts of things. As it sits, there's 1, 2, 3, at least 4 RCs planned to give away. Okay? One you know of. Can't say anymore. Possibly 5. But one you know of. So all of a sudden, my big dream that had a little hope behind, I mean, there was big hope, but like, I didn't think there was any chance that I could put so much together. And I mean, a lot of it is thanks to you guys, and as things progress, you'll see why. But it's massive thanks to you guys, because you're helping make all this happen. And this is, I think, what makes BCRC so wonderful. So, thank you all. Means the world. If one of you could send me a flanged wheel nut, though, I mean, that'd be excellent, because I need one more. Right, let me bolt this one on. And then I'm going to do the flip-de-flip. Big community remote control. No. Burton's custom RC builds. But anyway, look, it's just, I'm honoured to have so many wonderful people be a part of the community. There's so many of you guys that I consider to be such good mates, it's not funny. Oh, hang on. I missed a bloody comment up there. Where was Gaz? Don't forget to hit the like button. Show this guy some love. Gaz, sorry, mate. I literally just seen that before someone else commented. So, hey, Don't pick on the sausage dancer, man. Okay? Look at him down there. Look at him. Hey, Mr. Leach. This is okay for everyone. Mr. Leach joined us late. Okay, so I'm going to hit one button, and we're going to let it run for 20 seconds. Right now, this is for Mr. Leach's benefit. Okay, and while you wait, just all think to yourself, he has to like the sausage by now. If you didn't laugh, there's something wrong with you. Okay? That's brilliant. Apparently the kids need some adult attention. Ridiculous. Got to go, guys. It is what it is, mate. Kids are pretty needy things. I'm a big kid and I'm needy. Gaz, no problem. You're a busy fella. I'll do whatever I can, man. He's cool. He's a dude. I made him smaller because people were whinging. You watch next stream, he's going to be like a life-size guest standing here. But look, I did say I'm going to make these streams bigger and better, and I think I'm on the right track. So, and I know a lot of it's come with saying, I told you Mr. Leach you'd be laughing. We need a name for him too. Willie? No, I can't be dancing Willie. Anyway, it's because of you guys that I drive to do so many things for this group and the community. So, bigger and better things are coming, mark my words, and you're going to want to be a part of it all. That's all I can say. I can't give anything away. You guys know how much I like to do the whole suspenseful thing. So, stick around. Right, I'm going to bolt this wheel on. Then I'm going to grab out a bag of random nuts and bolts. It's my go-to bag of... can you do special? There is a way of doing it. I think I just have to do like a video call through Skype or something, and then run that through here. Now I know Adam Van Ord does interviews and such on his YouTube. He started on Facebook as well, and YouTube it's better for it. So he moved to YouTube. He does essentially the video calls and such through that. So I should be able to video call someone and do it like that. Just I'll shut off one camera, so it's just my camera, his camera. My head's already thinking to myself, okay, I need a scene for this, and I'll make it happen. Promise you, I will make it happen. I've been talking to one of the guys from Element RC, and he's already agreed to do a Q&A session, so we can have him on a stream, pound him with questions. What made you want to build this truck? When did you start building it? You know, why did you build it like this? All those sorts of things. Sammy the Sausage. Sammy the Subscribe Snag. What do you reckon? Sammy the Snag. We're Australian, Mr. Leach. We say snags. That. Oh, what do you think of that? John, got to change towers. Back in a bit. No worries, mate. What do you think of that? Actually, I'll tell you what. What do you think? I'm pretty sold on the shiny wheels, if I'm honest. Yep. It's nice to change stuff like this sometimes. For those of you wondering, the wheels I'm using are DJX wheels. If you didn't watch the stream the other day, I suggest you go back and watch them. Okay? Sammy the Subscribe Snag. That's funny right there, I tell you what. So, yoink. Yeah. Please stop. Facebook, stop. Yeah, lovely. RC Monster Mass has joined us. If I'm correct, that's Michael. Just dropping by to say hello. Hello, mate. Alright, we'll see you next time. I'm joking. Stay as long as you like. Right. Drop. Thank you. Top tip. For those of you that use these cross wheels and you use the little plastic piece that comes with it, they can be a bit meh with how they grab, right, if you don't paint them. If you don't paint them, or even if you do and your paint's thin, grab grab some of your glue and run just the tiniest little bit of glue around the inside of here. Let it dry, then push it on. Won't come off. You have to use pliers. But that way you don't have to stress about it coming off along the trail. So yes, don't forget to subscribe. Sammy's down there reminding everyone. It's good stuff. I knew you guys would learn to like him. It's all about the fun here. Right. Where's my jack stand? There it is. Got to have the jack stand in case Hans watches this. Chris, got to run. See you all on the next one. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much for stopping by. Now, spread the word. The streams aren't that bad. Thank you very much, Mr. Leach. I appreciate it. Right. Next wheel. I'm going to have a swig of my coffee first, because that's what we do here. God damn, that hits the spot sometimes. Before I do that, I need to grab... I need more room. I need to grab... God, I've got some wheels here. Got more cross tyres there. That bottom drawer there's about a foot deep and it's mostly just full of wheels. Right, this is my bag of many things. I'm hoping to find another one of those flanged... I know you won't see that brilliantly, but flanged wheel nuts. Because the centre hole on these wheels is rather large. No. Thought I had one. Damn it, thought I had another one. The centre hole on these wheels are rather large, and I don't like the idea of putting one of these small non-flanged wheel nuts on there, because I don't want to go over tight on anything and sort of half pulling it into the hole. Right, found one. Let's see if I can find one more so I don't have a black one with truck. They've all got to look the same, otherwise in your scale photos, people will go, is that wheel nut a different colour? You go, go away. It'll do for now. Now I can stress less because I know I've got everything I need. That bag has saved me like 1,000 times. Okay. All right. Well, we're nearly an hour in. God, time goes quick doing these things, I tell you. We're nearly an hour in already. I'll give you the spiel for those that have joined late, etc. My bit's come loose. I've used it too much. Yoink. I'll give you the spiel. If you would like to donate to the stream, there is a link in the description. Do please give the stream a like. Likes are important. The more likes we get, the more attention we get, the more people watch it, the more I can do with these streams. So, likes are important. Give it a share. I'm sure there's other people that would enjoy sitting down with all us RC-minded people, just talking some smack, having a laugh, asking opinions and questions and that sort of thing. So, that's what we're all about. We're all about the fun of RC and helping each other out. Right, so I'm going to pull this wheel apart. Yoink. I used to hate changing beadlocks. When I first started, when I bought my first set of beadlocks, I think I bought the world's most nut and boltiest set of beadlocks. There was just nuts and bolts everywhere. But as I've done more and more and more of them over time, they're not so bad. I still don't enjoy doing them. These ones are good because they're only 5 bolts or 6 bolts in the back of the wheel. So they're borderline delightful. It's those ones that you get. Do you vent your tyres or plug the holes? No, I don't. If the wheel's vented, I leave it vented. I'd leave it how it is, dude. Really. Foams aren't expensive. So if you drive your truck and you wreck your foams, just buy some more. Really. You know, you learn your lesson. If you drive your truck, plough out through water and your foams are wrecked because there was a hole somewhere and you don't want to wreck more, plug the hole with some hot glue. That's simple. And then that way, if you want to change it later, it's easy to get back out. I generally leave mine as it is. God, come out, beadlock ring. If I plough through water and it wrecks them, I'll just change it. I'll get some more foams, or I'll make my own foams. Right. Quickly put this back together. Good question though, Gaz. Being new to the RC crawling, how long have you been into crawlers, Gaz? And look, no question's a stupid question, okay? There's no stupid questions. Only stupid people. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, you've got to ask or you don't know. And that's, it's part of the fun of BCRC. Speaking of which, if you're not a part of Burton's Custom RC Builds on... if you're not a part of Burton's Custom RC Builds on Facebook, join. You must join so you can join our competitions and giveaways. How fast can you go with your setup? Which setup? I've got a lot of them. You mean with this? This truck? Well, pretty much all my cross trucks. This one. This one. This one. And the one down here are all walking speed. Which is like just quicker than walking speed. Which technically is all you need. Because crawler. That upsets a lot of people. But I'll say it anyway. My TRX4 goes faster. The Gen 8 goes a little bit faster. It doesn't go faster than the TRX4, but it goes, faster than these. The PG4 hunts along reasonably quick, 2-speed transmission. The GC4 hunts along pretty quick, that's 2-speed trans. The PG4 is a single-speed trans, and that's quicker than these, but not by a huge amount. There is never a stupid question, but there can be stupid answers. I can give you stupid answers if that's what you want. Excuse me, sir. How do I set up my ESC? Potatoes, carrots, and corn. That's all you need, mate. Stupid answers. Now, if I do an accent you don't like it or think I'm being rude, I'm not. I do them all the time. It's just me being me. Right, now I'm going to take the bolts out the back of this wheel here, so I can put together my new wheel. My word. So yes, we like to have fun here. It's all about fun. Yoink. Something I've been thinking about doing too is even a simple little series of things like how to initially set up your electrics for your truck. So how to bind your radio, how to plug in your servo, your ESC, and perhaps a light kit into your receiver. How to bind it, how to make sure your trims are neutral, how to set your endpoints. Big topic, that one. Essentially, just the basic how-to on how to make sure your truck's trail ready. That's probably a way better. Yeah, that's a way better explanation of the 15 lines of dialogue I just gave you. Right, so I'm now massaging the foam so as the beadlock ring is in the centre of the foam as much as possible. This will eliminate any wheel wobble as you drive down the trails. Now I'm going to take some Proline shock oil. I'm going to put just a smidge. Like so. Don't know how well you can see that. I'm going to run that around the bead of the tyre, inside and out, front and back. And the reason we do this is so that the wheel goes together a lot easier. It also saves stress on the beads and saves you from swearing near as much. Top tip for free. Yoink. Right. Another top tip, make sure your tyre, I've said this before already, but some people are going to join late and whatever, make sure your tyre is facing the correct way, okay? This is facing the front of your truck, okay? The reason these lines go this way towards the back of your truck is to disperse water and mud. If you have them the wrong way around, these will fill up with mud twice as quick and they won't disperse it, they will compact it into themselves. Ding. Right. Yep. Right, slide that in there. Just make sure that bead's all happy there. Lovely. Now I know we've done a lot of beadlock stuff lately and I apologise, but this is what happens when you go and buy 20 sets of beadlocks and you want to figure out which ones you're going to put in your trucks. Life must be hell for bloody Tony Gutierrez. Which wheels will I wear on the truck today? 15 hours later, oh, crap, I missed work. Right. Now I've been having a bit of good luck here, so hopefully I can just start off with the bolts these come with. Get that started. Lovely. People is commenting on comments and stuff, and I'm busy, man. Busy. When we stream, the stream gets the attention. Unless the wife messages me, then you fellas have got to wait, okay? I ain't stupid. Right, get all these started, then we're going to go around and we're going to tighten them all up evenly. So as our bead lock seals nice and even, we have less chance of pulling one of the beads out of the wheel. If we do pull a bead out of the wheel, I push the Be Right Back button, swear like a royal bastard, and then come back once I've settled down. Alright. That's what the Be Right Back button is for. Did I get that one? Yoink. Star pattern this bad boy. Michael, no, just buys wheels and never uses them. It's easy to do. I've got, pretty much all the wheels I've got, I've used at least once. There's like four or five sets in that drawer though that haven't seen the light of day for quite some time. It's just bad habit, man. Right, now once you've finished putting your wheel together and you look at it and go, awesome. The bead has sealed perfectly. It's not popped out. I'm a legend. Set your wheel on the table. Push down on the wheel as hard as you can. Flip it, do the same. And as you do it, you'll notice that you can level it. Right? Now I'm going to push halfway down. Make sure it's level. Doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Maybe pop up there a bit. Lovely. Now I'm going to put it on my truck and drive down the trails. I shouldn't have to worry about it wobbling everywhere. That's the plan. Stan. How original. Right. Bolt that one on. And then once we do the next one, I can work on the shocks on the Gen 8. The G8, homie. Yeah. Lovely. Wicked. I like those wheels. They suit this truck. I like a deep dish wheel, especially on an old truck. I mean, I love these cross wheels. They're absolutely stunning, but I think they probably look a touch new for these demons. Got to have period correct wheels on your truck. David Foster, those wheels would look even better on an SP4. You should send them over. I'll send you a link, David. I'll send you a link to where I got them. You're going to be surprised how cheap they are. And I believe there's free shipping. If you're patient and you can wait 3 weeks, free shipping. They're bloody cheap. I reckon you'll buy some. If I'm honest. So yes. We're going to be doing a giveaway too with this company, DJX. They make these wheels. I've got a logo here somewhere. Hopefully one I haven't torn to pieces. DJX. I know that looks a bit raggedy, but I've got a giveaway. A choice of 4 different sets of beadlocks, so you pick one set for yourself. Second prize is a choice of 2 bumpers. Third prize is some decals. Okay? And that's going to be a simple photo competition. I just need to think up a real clever, funny way of what you got to do with your photo. Okay? Can't just be post a picture of your truck, because that's too easy. It's not how we do things around here, mate. I'll tell you what. It's all about the fun, yeah? And it's going to be a funny competition, and I'm going to get the people from DJX to pick the winner, so that way you guys can't complain at me. Smarter than the average bet. I'm going to get people from DJX to pick the winner, and then once the winners are picked, they will send out, the goods. I will send you pictures of what to choose from. Once you have decided, you tell me, and then I will forward on that information. And we will make it happen. So you can win some wheels. You can either win a set of beadlocks, set of a front bumper, or some decals and such. So pretty cool of them to work with us there and do a competition with us. So that's pretty epic. This is why I sit this down like this, because it takes so much longer if you don't. Right. That was a bit tight. We've got one wheel to go. Can someone tell me how many percent that enduro bar is at the top? I can't see the numbers. My preview's like this big. I can't. Could you tell me the numbers, please? I want to see how far we've come in the 2 days that bar's been up there. Lovely. Lovely. Ugh. Man, they grab hold. Same offset as the cross wheels. They probably actually... You asked me now, I've just pulled the last one apart. Thanks, David! Yeah, pretty similar. Yeah, pretty similar. If anything, Dave, they probably pull the wheel in a touch more, which is good. I think, anyway. So, yeah, they're nice. It already looks like a more expensive truck. Chris Lewis, 130. Okay, so how many... Is there a percentage bar? There's not, is there? It's just an amount. Bloody thing. So, that's in 2 days. You guys should be proud of yourselves. That's epic. Bloody epic bunch of people. No, we should have just called this thing Epic RC, but that's probably taken. Right. And while I'm putting these bolts back in this wheel, because this is what we do, suggestions for future streams as to things you would like to see in a stream. Go. What would you like to see in future streams? Because I'm trying to do as many as I can. Basically, I want to make this almost like an RC show that's played numerous times a week, so that you guys have always got somewhere to... Your girlfriends or your wife has always got some shitty TV show that they like to watch, right? And you're sort of like... They're watching their crap on TV and you're like, God, I wish I had something decent to watch. You've watched all your subscribers' YouTube videos and whatever else. So now you've got this, where you can come and chat with the mates. You can get away from all those crappy girlfriend and wife TV shows. Now you've got like the boys' corner, where you can just come and talk RC. Win-win. That's why I'm trying to do more and more at different times and all these things, so that we can do ones for Australian times, and we can do American times and British times and all those sorts of things. Robert says, very nice. The wheels, you mean, Robert? More wild roos and strippers. PG, Lars. For those that don't know, we're a PG channel here. Someone kicked Lars out, would you? Lars being Bernie. There's always one. And when I mean one, it's usually Lars. Right. Now to pull this one apart. This is the not so fun part of this process, but it's got to be done. 39%. Thank you very much, Cisco. You're a champion. Bloody champion. I'm pretty sure you yourself have donated 3 or 4 times already, so you're a dude, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Terrible Elvis dealy there. But no, it's awesome. I'm not sure. I don't think we've got very long until that truck comes out. So hopefully we can smash the goal before the truck does come out. I know it's a lot to ask. And rest assured, there's a lot of money out of my pocket that's going towards it too. Because $350 Australian will not buy 2 of those trucks. Mark my words. So there's a lot of my money that picks up the slack, if that makes sense. Most TV shows are my back total politicised. I reckon there's probably another word you wanted to put at the end of that. Not a fan of politics. We don't speak politics here, mate. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter who you follow. We don't talk it here because it's just... And we've got these things we can talk about. Much more important. Much more enjoyable. You need to do a Dutch accent for me. I can't even think of what it'd sound like, mate. I'll do some YouTubing later on a Dutch accent, and next stream I'll see if I can smash one out. I don't want to try one and then offend you. Don't want to offend people. There's a lot of people that get really offended really easily these days. And that's not what we're here for. John Davies has popped back. Thank you, John. Much appreciated, my friend. Right. Goes that way. Front of the wheel goes that way. That all pops in lovely. Sort out the front of the bead. Make sure that's all Mickey Mouse. That means okay. Good, spot on for those that don't know. Right, put the back of the wheel in there. Because we've lightly oiled the bead, that will just slide straight in. Wicked, lovely. Make sure the back is sitting nice and Mickey Mouse as well for when we squeeze everything down. That should be sweet, I think. More scale garage stuff. I need to do more scale garage stuff, Robert. Good suggestion. Anything in particular? Any suggestions? Tell you what. Wish I'd seen that trick with the wheels yesterday. Sorry, man. I've said that trick about 1,000 times, so I'm telling you. It makes it so much easier. I mean, you can see I've not sworn once. I mean, about the wheels. I forget what I was saying now. But I mean, look, I'm using the bolts that come with these wheels, and they're not long. They're not very long bolts. And I'm using those straight in. Lovely. So definitely, yep, dropped it. Definitely do the trick with the thing, the shock oil. Right, we're nearly done with the wheels. Right, then I'm going to go around, tighten it all up. I'm going to make sure my foam is all evened out. I swore a bunch. Yeah, it can be frustrating. There's no two ways about it. Always make sure your bead's sitting properly at the front and back before you tighten your wheels up, people. Otherwise you will swear even more. That's a promise. Lovely. Push down that side. Push down that side. So that all pinched a bit of the bead. Luckily enough though, it was only the edge. Wicked. Well, sweet. Alright. Put that one there. Do up this bolt. That bolt can go there because we're not using that one on there now. You're behind in the comments again. When putting the drive shafts in the cross trucks, the book says larger. The book says larger end at the diffs. Is it better to flip them around? Generally speaking, I have mine. I've got to look at my trucks now. I usually like to have mine. I mean, I've got my larger ends at the diffs, but depending on what truck it is, how I drive it, and where I drive it, I will put the larger end at the top so that dirt can't fall into it. Does that make sense? If you've got the larger end at the bottom, dirt can fall into the drive shaft and just build up. It depends what truck and how fast it is, though. If it's a truck that you're quite happily just to go slow, in saying that, remember that no matter how slow your truck's going, the drive shaft's always spinning faster. But if your truck's not kicking up heaps of dirt and silty sort of stuff everywhere, then you put the bigger part of the shaft at the bottom because it's more weight lower. I know it's incremental amounts of weight, but it all adds up. He's just a slow reader. Look, man. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing up nuts and bolts and setting up Beadlock wheels and all these things. Check out those bad boys. That's awesome. What do you reckon of that? Bling bling. I quite like that. Oh yes. Bling bling bling. What do you think? God, you guys are slow typers. Oh my god. Neener, neener. So yeah, let me know what you think of that. While you let me know what you think, I'm going to put my spare back together. Christian Lewis says, yes, nice. She actually just says nice. David says, yeah, it's perfect. Right, if you're building a demon, SG4C demon that is, and you need the spare tyre, which essentially holds your battery door in, don't glue it, okay? Paint the spare tyre, this is normally grey, paint it black, and just don't glue it, you don't need to. You can also, and I'll show you what I've done here, if you don't want to run the spare tyre in the back, you get a piece of balsa wood and drill a hole in it, okay? And you put that balsa wood all the way down, while I undo the bolt, put my spare back on. See this here? I mean, I know you guys can see that from here. Right, let me try and block some of that light out of the way. This here, you have that way, tighten that bolt down and it keeps the battery door shut. Move it out the way, open your door. But now, because I'm going to put my spare back on, I'm just going to get rid of that. But that's an option if you don't want to run the full spare tyre on the back of the truck. Sesko says she's looking nice. Who's next now? No, stop, wait. Stupid movie. That is a stupid movie. Oh dear. But bloody popular. A lot of people love it. Ew. Don't you mean we have to unscrew this? There she comes. So that's literally as simple as a piece of balsa wood with a hole in it. Slide down there. Lock and tab for your bloody battery dealy. Right, let me just swing this around here, and then I'll quickly show you another little thing I did to the truck for those that haven't seen it. Right, do this up, and you don't have to go crazy tight with this spare tyre either. Literally all it has to do is stop that door lifting for your battery. That'll do. Right, I'm going to go close-up cam. For those that didn't know, I've got an S1 sound kit in here. I cut the top out of this box. I put some fabric mesh over there. I can open this up. I'm not going to do it now because it's all staying where it is. I can open this up and turn it up or down. I can actually reach the buttons without taking the top of this off, which is marvellous. So, sound comes out of here. It's up high, out of water's way. I could get a waterproof one, but I mean, hell, I've already got this one that's in there. So we've got the S1 Plus unit in there. So it's got the horn, it's got the engine sounds, the turn on, the turn off. I got rid of the turbo sounds because it's shite. I got rid of the brake screeching sounds because it's a rock crawler, not a race car. Okay. So there we are. That's the big demon. This is the one I call the demon. You'll notice how I've got these shocks set up actually limits the flex a ton. Right. The whole idea with that was because when they originally released these trucks, and I've said this 1,000 times, the rear end is too triangulated. And here's a perfect example, right? Set that there. You can see it already, right? Rear end, far too triangulated, which makes the truck want to lift all the time. And this is why I've got the relocation kits coming, so I can mount the factory shocks straight up and down. So I'll get rid of these shocks. These are actually off that orange truck you see in the corner. They're the factory shocks. I've replaced those with fancy ones. These are only 74mm shocks, and I've mounted them straight up and down to the chassis, to the diff, to purposely limit the suspension travel and to stop it having this pivot point in the middle of the truck. Like this truck here, you can see it's not pivoting just directly in the middle. It pivots more so here, you know, about here sort of thing. Whereas this one is just straight in the middle. So that's why we're changing that. Lovely, right? We go back to mainstream camera. I think for today that's enough with the demon. God, that looks good. Right. Who wants to learn about scale photos? Anyone? Just real quick, we're going to do a couple of scale photos. Now, above us here, I've got a Yeah Racing LED pit light, which I usually shine all the way towards the back, just to light up the background a bit. At some stage, I'm going to get better, brighter lights and light all this up properly. So I've got a Yeah Racing pit light up here, and at the moment, it's sort of facing over here. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to angle it straight down. And the reason is that is now shining some forward-facing light on the front of the truck here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my phone. I'm going to get rid of my Facebook notifications because people can wait. People, go away. People, phone, dopey, camera. Right. Now I'm going to sit. If this will cooperate, let me see if I can free us up a bit of space here. Okay. So if we sit that truck about there, we rotate this around like this, and then I switch our stream to close-up cam. Okay, so there's our truck. Now we want to take a picture. We don't want to take a picture of ourselves, so we rotate the camera so it's actually facing the truck. This is going to be a bit tricky, but we'll persevere. Okay, so you can see that there. You can see the truck there. Now ignore this, okay, because this isn't scale. Just ignore that. Okay, so there's our truck. I'm trying to watch what you guys are seeing at the same time as what I'm seeing. Right. Now, if you're going to zoom in for your photos, don't zoom too far. Your screen's not very clear. I wish they'd refocus. Right. That's too close. I'll just move my camera in, move it around to get the angle I want. Now, here's the important thing. Don't take a picture up high like this. Right. I'll quickly take one because it's going to look like that. That is not scale. Okay. You can take a picture really low, but it has to be the right angle. You can't be up in the angle like this because that is not scale. Okay. You need to lift your camera up so that you would be the sort of the right height of, say, 6 foot person standing here taking a picture. Okay, that's your goal. Somehow I've zoomed in there. So I'll move myself around a bit, get the right sort of angle that I want. Okay, so that's sort of what you want. Focus. Hopefully that'll refocus for us. That's sort of how you get your actual scale shot, right? Now we're gonna go in and we're gonna crop the sides to get rid of the laptop. Done. Save. Right, now I'll either edit this photo more in here or I'll take it into Instagram, do some editing there. So if I do something in here, I can go through. Most phones have got plenty of options within your light settings. Okay, lots of options there. Color settings, don't go crazy with these. Okay, especially the saturation. Warmth you can play with a bit, but not too much. If you add warmth, it'll make it look like there's more orange sunlight hitting this stuff. Right, so most of that we're just going to leave as it is. Pop, that will make your photo crisp. I don't know how well you guys are going to see that, but it instantly makes a pretty massive difference. Let me see if we can set this so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about without too much shine and stuff on the screen. There you go. If that will refocus for me, that would be lovely. Does that look okay? Can you guys sort of see what I mean when I say this is how you do this and this is how you do that with the editing? Or is that just fuzzy? This is why we don't turn autofocus off. But yes, the pop makes everything sharper and crisper everywhere. Then if you take this into Instagram, you can add some vignette, which will darken around the edges. You can lift up the shadows and all those sorts of things. And then only once you've done that stuff, then play with the filters. Okay? Don't just smash a filter on it and then play with the settings, because you'll end up taking too much away from what your actual picture is. I'll post this exact picture in the BCRC group when we're finished, so you can see all I've done is go into my phone settings, I've cropped the sides, and I've added pop, which is the equivalent if you add structure in Instagram. That sort of dealing. Right, let's just sit that straight up like this. Sit this round here. We'll go back to our main stream cam. That's a rough little guide. Now, at some stage this week, I'm going to do a proper how I film my YouTube videos sort of guide, if that makes sense. I'll show you the stuff that I use to do it. That sort of thing. So, if that can help anyone, that'd be awesome. God, I need to shave. Annoying! Right. So that's that. We're done with the demon. Has anyone got any questions before I put it away? Give the share a share, a like and a feed. Give the stream a like, give it a share, subscribe if you haven't. If you'd like to donate, there's a link in the description. My word. If you donate, I'll get some English lessons. Right, next on the list. No one said anything, so lovely. She even looks good on the shelf. Now, for my next trick, and probably the last trick for the night. Oh God, this thing's heavy. The Poocat Gen 8. I'm joking. Don't get upset or offended. Red Cat Gen 8. My goal tonight with this truck. God, I hate how the shocks mount on this thing. English is hard. It is hard sometimes. Anyway, all fun and games aside, I'm going to undo the top of the shocks, and then I'm going to see how well the bottom pops off, because this is the world's dumbest shock setup on the axle. So for those that don't know, okay, that's attached to that. I'll sit those there. You undo the bolt on the top, okay, and now the bottom pops off, which is stupid. It's like it's cheaper than the truck is, if that makes sense. Okie doke. So I'm going to go close up cam. Yoink. I'm going to have a look at these shocks, which feel better off the truck than they do on it. But they still feel a bit shite. So I'm going to pull the shock apart. I'm going to see what sort of oil we've got in here, because I have a feeling it's going to be very thick and gooey. Right, shock is apart. I'm just going to grab this old rag here and I'm going to dump the oil straight on it. Oh yeah, she's gooey. Too gooey. So that's one of the issues with this truck. It rides too hard. Nathan's joined us. Hello Nathan, how's things, mate? We're just fixing Red Cat Gen 8 shocks, mate. All going to plan. Now what I'm going to do is, so I've just poured out all the factory gooey crap that's in there. That's way too thick of oil. I've got some bloody Habeo 30 weight oil here. I'm going to quickly just whack a bit of this in there. A few drops. I'm going to rotate this. Keep rotating it whilst I tip that stuff out, and hopefully that's grabbing more of that thick gooey crap and bringing it out with it. There we go. Lovely. Now the last trick. Stab your rag with your driver. Poke some rag in there and give it a good clean out. Get rid of that yucky shite. We could pull the whole shock apart if we really wanted to, but I don't love the truck that much. Sorry, Red Cat, but I don't. Something I'm going to do is open up the squirt hole on my little oil container here a smidge more, because it's just a little bit slow. Lovely. Hopefully that's a bit quicker. Yep. Right. 30 weight. John, 30 weight is my fave. I use 30 weight in as many things as I can. Depending on how you set up your shocks, that's all you should need. It's just a matter of if you use more or less, and how you set up your... This is taking it forever. How you set up your your spring retainers, shock spring adjusters. Right, so that's about 3 quarts full. I don't know how well you'll see this, but I'll try and show you anyway. That's about... Let me use my brains here. Right, straighten that back up. The oil is about there, I reckon. Okay. I'm going to put the top of it on. Actually, before I do, make sure your shaft is all the way down. Put the top on, and don't tighten it all the way up. As soon as it starts to go tight, like even remotely tight, I'm going to loosen it back off a bit. I want to squeeze this all the way up, see if any oil comes out. Not a drop. Bring it all the way back down. I'm going to add some more oil. I want just the slightest bit of resistance. My oil is now about there. So this may help you, John. I mean, I'll say the same thing I say to everyone about everything and anything. I don't sit there and think I'm an expert. I'm just one of you guys that wants to help other people. These are little tips and tricks that I've done that have helped me. Screw that down, undo it a couple of turns, squishy this down. That still goes all the way up really easily. There's a slight little bit of tension there, but not much. I'm going to put a smidge more oil in it. So at this stage we're not too far from full. So I'm going to guess that the diaphragm we have at the top of our shock, it has a fair bit of movement in it. Right, crack that open. A little bit more. Right, now I've got pressure there. Hard pressure until I hit the top. Oil's coming out of the top. I'm going to hold it for about 5 seconds. And then I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to slowly bring this back down until it's all the way out, and then I'm going to tighten up my shock. And then I'm going to see how that feels. Perfect. Right. See that? We've got a good dampening action at the bottom. This is what your oil's supposed to do in your shock. Good dampening action at the bottom. Wipe all the excess oil off. You will have some because we've just squeezed oil out the top. Now, the biggest things that make a difference in doing this are what oil you use. So I say I use 30 weight for everything. Because if you do this little trick, you can sort of set up everything pretty Mickey Mouse. And the big thing too that makes a difference is the what's it bloody called? I just said what it is. The diaphragm that's in the top of the shock. Okay, if it's a diaphragm that's got it's got a tall dome on it, it's got more movement, so you'll need more oil. But you'll figure all that out once you've got it to the point where that reacts like that, and that's so much better than what the factory one is. Now, by the time I put this spring on, hopefully the springs will act a bit better. I'm not expecting a huge quality out of these springs because I mean they're pretty cheap. John, you've helped me out plenty already with my builds. Well, mate, I'll do my best to help you with every single build you want to do, buddy. I mean, obviously, there's going to be times where you'll say, piss off, mate, I don't need your help. No, let me help you, damn it. Ooh. Oh my God, that feels so much better already. Heaps better. I'm going to take the back one off so I can fill one against the other. Just to sort of get I'm going to go full screen again now. Just to get a really good idea of how much difference it's made. To me, now feeling this damn near feels as good as my Demon shocks. And like the Demon shocks are some of the best shocks you'll get. Fact. I'm talking about the C version ones, like the shocks on this truck here. So good. So good. Right. Pop this off with the pliers because that's how we do things at Red Cat. I'll never ever like this design. It just feels cheap. Ugh. Helped me spend money. Apparently I've helped a lot of people spend money. My bad. The difference in these is worlds apart. This is just the same sort of sloppy crap all the way up and down, okay? It doesn't feel like it's got life to it. This, you can legit feel different stages of this shock working. So you've got the free part, which is how it should be. This is how you get your nice scale bounce. Right? You've got that nice free part, and then about here, it stiffens up to give you the dampening effect. That's what dampens all the bumps out. If you've ever watched any of my videos and you've thought, wow, those trucks actually react really scale with how they bounce, that's why, okay? Whereas this is just gooey shit. That's the difference. There's no dampening. It is just a slow, gooey, shitty mess. This is the difference that it makes having... I mean, this oil, $6 a tube. Not expensive. In America, that's like 10 cents. Okay, I'm joking. Like $3, okay? Example. I guarantee you, whatever they put in this, it probably costs nothing. It's just trash. But doing that, I've spent $6. I've pulled my shock apart, and it already feels like it's worth $20 more than it was before. This is the stuff that you do to your truck that makes it, one, makes you more excited to drive it, makes you like your truck more, and actually want to use it. I couldn't live with that. Sorry. Right, now I've got to do my Captain Anal thing and just brush off any sand and crap I can see. Because, you know, you've got to look after your gear, I keep saying it. Especially when your shock pushes on. So much better. I'm going to have to apply that on alloy because red cat. Right. So, what's that one in? Top middle? Lovely. We'll go straight back in the top middle. So now I'm legit looking forward to taking this truck out and driving it. Just because I've changed that shock. That one shock alone feels so much better than what the factory one does. And look, I know factory shocks, you sort of kind of expect them to be a bit crappy. I mean, yes and no. Traxxas TRX4 shocks, brilliant. From factory, brilliant. Don't care what anyone says, they're one of the best RTR shocks you'll get. They're smooth, they work properly, they don't clip on. That is so much better already. Right, on to the next one. These shouldn't take too long either now. We've got a good idea of how much oil we've got to put in. Right, give this a quick wipe, get all the sand and dirt and shit off it. So, did that help anyone? That little quick how-to on how to set up shocks. And yes, this does work with all shocks. The basic... I'll brush those out. The basic principle is the same. And shocks are a massive, massive deal with your trucks. And you can... I've just proven you can have cheap shit ones. Right? You can have cheap shit ones and make them work properly. The only thing I'm concerned with is, will they leak? And if they do, how much? Sasco, I ordered the RPM shock duplicator. The hell's that? Haven't tried it yet, but it should help setting up the shocks. The same way left and right. Oh, okay. So it's some form of setup so you don't add too much, etc. one side to the other. I will Google that. David Foster. Well, later, dudes. Catch you all on the next one. Thank you very much for stopping, David. I very much appreciate it. Love having you guys stop by to be a part of the fun. Do you know what I mean? So this is one of the cool things too. Like, gonna try your dude. Try it. That feels so much better. Like, that shock is now going to do something. Now, if you do it like I did, and you put it on your truck, and your truck sort of droops a bit too much for your liking, it's as simple as add a little bit more shock oil. A little bit more shock oil. Don't squeeze quite as much out. Okay? And that'll let your truck sit up a little bit higher. I prefer to run my trucks as low as possible and as smooth as possible. This side of this truck feels so much smoother already, and it's only got one shock on it. The other side just feels gooey trash. Nathan, I comp with my 2.2 kit shocks. They're not terrible, Nathan. They're not brilliant, but they're not terrible. Ugh. I'll do my best, Sesko, to check out that link later on. The 10.2 shocks aren't terrible. They're just, they're not brilliant. But they can be tuned pretty well, considering what they are. You guys can see, I assume, even how this is dripping in here, that it's not nearly as gooey. It's oil. It's just a 30 weight oil, whereas that other stuff that was in the shocks was just goopy crap. I don't know if I got a bad batch, but winning. And yeah. Let's see how good my guesstimate was. Right, do that up to that. Nope. Bit more. It almost wants a touch more. It almost does. Actually, that's not bad. Let me crack it open and probably drain it just a smidge out. Have the same taste for shock setup. I also like to use 30 weight. 30 weight's just spot on, I reckon. Right, I reckon by the time we tighten that up now, that'll be wicked. Maybe a smidge. That's pretty good, I think. This is generally how I do mine. I do it by feel. Do one, do the next one, do the next one, do the next one. Make them all feel the same. If I look at my truck and it's sitting a bit wanky, take off the wanky corner and add some oil. So much better. My God, that's better. So yes, that's how you make these work. Real quick. And then you clamp them on with your pliers and then bolt them back on. Lovely. So it doesn't take long. But yes, definitely give that setup a try. See what you think. I did a shock video a long time ago on how to set up demon shocks, and had so many people message me. Thank you. You made my truck so much better. Only if they already, like, I'll build them like these. Just build them. See how it goes. If they piss out oil everywhere, then I'll put some slime or something like that. I've got some other stuff here somewhere. I can't think of what it's called. Some red stuff. Does the same thing. Supposed to stop oil leaking. So I'll only use that if they start leaking. I don't just put it on straight away. So much better. So much better. See that? Actually springs back up. This side's just like, oh, if I have to. Right, so we'll do these two shocks, and then I reckon that'll be tonight's stream. Has anyone got any questions? In a shitty spot. Right. Has anyone found anything from tonight's stream useful? That'd be good to know. I'd like to know that at least one tip's helped someone. Whoops. Anybody have the SP4 on it? I don't know anyone with the tarp on it, mate. Yoink, yoink. But I've seen pictures of it. It looks damn good. I know that much. Can I pop that one off? God, that feels cheap doing that. I feel so cheap popping shocks off. And this one's going to be shit because the panhard link's there. What were you thinking, Red Cat? Right. Not fun. Really, really, really don't like that setup. Please pop off there. God, that's dumb. Wheel tip was epic. I'm now going to redo my shocks. Let me know how you go with them, too. Why won't you just come off? You bastard. There we go. Such a dumb idea. If you are an RC company out there and you're planning on building a truck, do not make it so your shocks pop on. I'm wondering if the sides can be rolled up. I know the back can. Wheel tip and adjusting the shocks. Good. That's awesome. I'm very happy to have so many people listen to what I'm saying and go, shit, that's actually pretty good. Not this guy's just a clown. I mean, you probably say that anyway, but as long as you get a bit of a tip every now and then, I guess, of being a clown, you take the good with the bad. Sweet Jesus. Let go, shockers. I don't want to use that one first, I'll try this one. Anti-wobbly wheel tip was helpful too. Good. Very good. My, that was tight. Ready to see how goopy it is? When it hits this, it doesn't just sort of sink down in, it literally just slowly spreads out everywhere because it's too gooey. That's why the shocks from the Gen 8 feel shite. So if you work for Red Cat and you're watching, do please change your shock oil because this stuff is just trash. It's just not good. Right, give that a bit of a clean out. Get as much of that old crap out as we can. Lovely. Have you looked in the mirror lately? You calling me a clown? I don't get offended too easily, mate. I can take it. Right. And you can already see how when this stuff drops in here, it drops like liquid. Thus, when your shock moves, everything moves as it should. It's not a slow, delayed reaction. That's essentially what that crap in the factory crap is. It's just a slow, delayed reaction. The worst thing about this stuff is how long it takes you to drip it into the shock. Can't wait for you guys to find out what we've got coming up on these strings. Oh, you're going to be excited. There is some epic things coming up. See if we can finish just within 7 minutes. No, it won't happen. Right. Give it a try. Might need a bit more. Yeah, needs a bit more. How's availability of Gen 8 parts currently in Australia? Europe is still a waiting game. I honestly haven't looked. But as bad as it may sound, I don't care about this truck very much. It was a ridiculously long wait to get the truck, and it was very unrefined when it turned up. So I was excited when they announced that the truck was being made and they started advertising, showing pictures of it. I was like, oh, that looks like a pretty damn cool truck. I like that. And then we had to wait for a ridiculous amount of time, and it's just a bit of an unrefined mess. So I've sort of given myself a bit of a challenge. Can I see if I can make it better? Come on, oil. Squeeze a bit out. Just a smidge. It's just a bit much in there. Like my Gen 8, but Red Cat is slow Look, and this is the thing, dude. I'm in Australia. You're in Europe. Red Cat doesn't care. Okay? Now, I know that sounds bad, but I'm afraid that's one of those... Fact of the matter is, Red Cat doesn't care. And they don't. If you live in the States, you're fine. You get looked after. Your warranty is fantastic. If you live outside the States, Red Cat doesn't care. How the link's set up on it. I remember I think that's... I haven't looked that closely. I don't think it's any of the diffs are wonky. If that makes sense. They're not. She's not crabbing anywhere. That's better. Lovely. Heaps better. So much better. The chassis rail is the best thing on the truck. I hope that doesn't sound rude. The chassis rail is really good. The factory wheels are shite. Factory tyres are shite. Factory foams are shite. The factory motor is really shite. I put a year racing motor in mine. That's better. Whoops. I put a year racing motor in mine and it's heaps better. Wonder how much fun this is going to be to pinch on here. God, that's a dumb setup. I don't like dumb stuff with my RC. Yoink. Where did I put the other one? Is it still attached? There it is. Christian Oliver's joined us. We're not too far from shutting up shop, but I'm glad you're here. We're fixing the shambles on the Gen 8, also known as the shocks, because they're pretty trashy. I'm going to go close up cam and I want you guys to see. I don't know how well you'll see it, but I'll do my best. Alright. Okay, let me angle that down. Okay, now I want you to watch. I'm going to pull the oil just here. Now I want you to watch how it actually spreads and then drops before it drops. Because shock oil that you should be using in your trucks should not spread. I don't know how we can see that. I hope you can. Should not spread like that before soaking in. Okay? There's still oil sitting on top. Still oil sitting on top. It is spreading down here. Okay? That's not what shock oil should do. That is way too gunky crap. And this is why we're changing it. So, if there's anyone out there that would like to dispute the fact and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm afraid you're wrong. That is far too goopy crap. It just makes the shocks feel dead. Agree on the chassis on my Gen 8 and the ESC receiver did not work. If you were in America, they would instantly post you one. Perhaps you could message their Facebook page and say, look, I live in Europe. Can you replace these parts for me? They'll probably say, you're just going to have to wait till they get there, mate. But if you live in America, they'll look after you real quick. Change to the Fly Sky GT3C setup and the Hobbywing 1080. I think at some stage, depending on how long I keep this truck, it'll probably get a 1080. I'm just really not attached to it. Looks like diff oil almost. Yeah, it does, Angus. Exactly right. It's sinking in as each drop hits it. You know I'm wasting oil here, just to prove a point. But now look at the size of the two spots. That was where I was just putting the oil, and this monstrous big elderly incontinence problem. that was what we were dealing with. So worlds apart. Whatever the concoction they put in these shocks is nothing short of trash. It's just disappointing because this truck could have... This is what I mean when I said if this truck was refined, it could have been really good. Could have been really good. That's enough. Well, I've got to prove the point. I don't care. Look, honestly, I don't care if I have to go and buy another tube of shock oil. I want to prove the point so that you guys know that when I say the oil in the factory shocks is shite compared to this cheap $6 Hebeo stuff, you go, Okay, he's not bullshitting. Perhaps I should change the order of my red cat shocks. My big thing is being honest, being forward with you guys, so that you know that if I say something's trash, don't go and spend your money on it. Because I wouldn't want to see you waste your money. You know, if it's something I wouldn't go and waste my money on. If I knew exactly what this truck was like, I wouldn't have bought it. That's just honesty. I wouldn't have bought it. I would have put the money towards another cross track. And I sort of wish I did. Okay, that needs more. Needs more oil, Captain. Yes, I honestly wish I bought another cross truck, because I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how big a fanboy I am of cross trucks or people are of these. Cross trucks are better than these. They just are. There might be a bit of air in this one. So if you're thinking about buy Gen 8, buy a cross truck. Oh, I bet some people will get upset with that. I'll have all the messages. You're only saying that because you work for Cross. I don't work for Cross. You're only saying that because you're sponsored by Cross. I'm not sponsored by Cross. Okay, I buy my trucks. I buy them all. I buy them from crossrc.us. And I pay $100 postage on each truck. Okay? So if you'd like to make a donation, my wallet is hurting. I think we're pretty Mickey Mouse there. Maybe one more drop. Yeah, one more. Little things like shock oil, spring weight and gearing can completely change a truck. Yep. I'm disappointed in the new cats too. Yeah, they're just not cross trucks. And that's the thing, that's what I compare a lot of stuff to. Yep, I've got TRX4, MST, SX10, I've got all those things. How did you learn this setup? I taught myself. I looked at how much oil I put in and how much this moved and how much it reacted. And then I put more oil in and I paid attention to what that did to it. And I paid attention to how big the diaphragm is and the top of the shock and all those sorts of things. I probably spent 2 or 3 hours and I just sat down and messed with these same set of shocks for ages. It was all about making cheap shit shocks work. I think they were old HSP shocks on one of my old crawlers. And I just sat there for ages and made them work. And it's like, okay, that works. I'll continue to work with that theory. And since then I've been changing shocks' lives. Nathan, I'll have a demon eventually. Dude, get one. They're awesome. Sell your RCX10, get a demon. So much better. It has life now. It's just not a gooey pile of crap. Really need to get rid of all the extra sand off these dealies. And the rest of the truck, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right. Get rid of that. Put these bolts in and then we're pretty well done. Took me longer than 8 minutes. Chris Lewis, have to agree, my first cross truck was the BCRC. That was your first cross truck, you epic bastard. The quality was seriously impressive. It wasn't my last cross, that's for sure. How do you go from not having a cross truck to just getting the daddy of them all? My name's Chris Lewis and I don't peep around. That's how, okay? That's epic. Gaz, I'm off to work, mate. Great stream. Keep up the good work. No worries, Gaz. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time and effort, buddy. Very much appreciated. Do yourself a favour. Make sure you get all the notifications. Give it a share. Give it a like and all that stuff. Gaz was saying earlier, everyone, like it. There's big streams coming this week. Do you do the same with internal spring shocks? Like the air race and lizard ones? Pretty much. It's trial and error. You've got to remember too, it's all a matter of you've got different spring rates and all those sorts of dealies too. So, all trial and error. Start with the softest ones. Hi, I'm Christian and I have 3 cross trucks. Yep, proud of Christian. I'm jealous too. Bastard got that HC6. I want it. But I'm happy for him. It's just, I'm actually happy for him. I don't appear happy, but I am. Right. Last one on here. And already we've increased this truck tenfold. I mean, it doesn't mean I like it, but it's better than it was. I definitely blame the Black Russian for my BC8. Whoops. Sorry, mate. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. The Mammoth is just an epic bit of kit. Holy shit, boys. Now, is it just me, or can you tell that this is actually working? Johnny's the blame to a lot of things. Sorry. What do you think of that? Now, looking at it without the body on it probably looks a touch firm. That's not helping anyone. Okay, probably looks a touch firm, but the time I put a battery in it and that redonkulously big body on it, I haven't got the fenders in the back because I'm still clearing the windows, but by the time you put this stuff in it, that there is just the right amount of smooth. That's... See? It wants to move. Oh, God, that's better. That is so much better. This truck may actually perform now. Awesome. So, if you want to know how to make your Gen 8 shocks better, look, that's how it's supposed to work. Bernie, alright, I've got some good details done on my Mercedes 8-Bay while listening to you. My girlfriend wants me to come join her for some strawberries in the sun. Go! So I'm going to leave now. See you later. Joking, Lars, it's not good. Nathan, some nice action there. You talking about Lars and the strawberries or the Gen 8 suspension? Yeah. Robert says, see you, Lars. Well, there you go, lads. For sale, Gen 8. I'm just kidding. I won't sell it just yet, but one day. Which one of the truggy style RC trucks is the best one to buy? Well, that depends on how much money you want to spend, doesn't it? I'll give you the quick rundown before we shut up shop. Just after I have a swig of coffee and get my bloody beard out of my mouth. Nearly shave. Okay. Move this. You can just sit there for now. $550 US. $269 US. So, the big question is, do you want a Lexan body truck or do you want a hard body truck? Do you want to be able to open the bonnet and have a V8, a full scale interior that you can put a full figure in there and have a light up dashboard and all those fun things? Or do you just want to drive the truck and enjoy driving the truck and you don't care if you roll it over and that sort of thing? Now, honestly, if you wanted to spend this much money and you weren't 100% married to the idea of having a truggy, you get that truck and you get it from Cross RC US and you use the BCRC discount code and get $70 off. US dollars, okay? So you're getting a $550 truck with a full scale interior, full light kit, metal beadlock wheels. What else has it got? Metal links, CNC metal diffs, metal gearbox cover, metal transfer case. Buy that, okay? This truck should be outselling everything on the market with my discount code because $470 US, that thing is beeping cheap. Like, love this. Bought this because it was cheap. Still love it anyway because it's a cross truck and I love cross trucks. But this is what you buy. Please don't break anything. Don't do this. Okay? If you've got $500 US, this is what you buy. Unless your wife likes the SP4 better. Tell your wife to buy her own damn truck. I'm joking. This is the the SU4C, okay? It is the full SUV. Let me just prevent an accident. It also has It also has the motor plate. Now this comes with grey plastic. You get to detail all of this, right? This truck's got the same thing. This one doesn't because it's just a Lexan body truck. These are the differences for spending your money. This is the SU4C. I'm going to sit it there. I'm going to turn the truck around. Okay. Now, comes with this. Comes with the roof rack. You pull the back door off. You have your battery cable here. Your battery slides down in the floor in here. Okay. Yoink. Just slide that back in there. Lovely. So your door magnetises in and stays there. It's brilliant. Like I said, comes with the roof rack. You can easily fit one of the cross factory light bars. This light bar plugs into the back of this headlight. This truck comes with its own factory light kit. It comes with 2 grills. You get this grill, or you get that grill. I mean, it's actually up here on the wall. There, you get that grill. So you can choose which grill you prefer. Mainstream camera. Are they different mechanically? Well, this one and this one are different mechanically because the diffs are metal. What else is there? The transfer case is metal in this version. The gearbox case is metal in this, whereas in this one it's plastic. In this one you get all the pretty CNC diffs, all that yummy stuff, all the goodies. Honestly, if you like a nice truck and you like a truck that you can be proud of, buy this. I cannot stress it enough. You go to all the w's.crossrc.us and you put in BCRC as the code at checkout and you'll get $70 off. That is effing cheap. I can't stress it enough. This one, now I love the SG4C too, they cost the same money. Okay, I haven't got a discount code for the SG4C, I do for this. You are getting literally more truck for less money. Okay, now if you buy one, tell me. That code runs out at the end of this month. I don't know if I can extend it. So, if you like the idea of being able to do your scale dashboard that lights up, scale out your door panels either side, scale out the front and back seats, put in between 2 and 5 figurines in the truck, go through my YouTube channel, watch videos of this truck. I don't know why more people don't have it because it is effing gorgeous. It's just such a brilliant thing to drive. It comes with wheels like these, except they're just all polished. If I could find one in my drawer of many wheels. There we go. How embarrassing. Drawer of many wheels. They're the wheels that come with this truck factory. More truck, less money. Now before you buy your next truck, no matter what truck it is, I need you to remember something for me. Trail truck. Trail truck. Trail truck. These aren't competition rock crawlers, they're trail trucks, okay? This is a hard body truck. It's not going to go all the places that a Lexan body truck will go. In saying that, it is very surprising where it will go. I've had lots of Lexan body trucks. I've still got lots of Lexan body trucks. Well, hell, I bought one of the brand new FR4s. That's a Lexan body truck, and it's pretty damn sweet too. That's $450 if you haven't got. If you've got $450, you can have $470. Buy this, honestly. If I just do the 2 words, I might not work for a while. New truck pretty soon. Everything's awesome. More truck for less money is always good. I mean, it just makes sense. So, I mean, I said at the start of this stream that there's probably 2 of my trucks that I possibly thought about moving on, which is rare for me. Very rare. One of them is my camel truck, which, for those that haven't seen it, has a lot of hours in it. I'll show it on the next stream. It's too heavy for me to lift up now. My back's about shagged. My camel truck, and it's just because my back's wrecked and it's hard for me to pick up heavy trucks all the time, and that truck is nearly twice the weight of one of these. So I'm not decided yet, but I'm on the fence. So we'll possibly do some form of giveaway, same way we're doing the Mazda one. Look, this stuff, in my opinion, is much more fun. Okay, anyone can go and roll a Lexan body truck, and there's only so much you go and roll Lexan body trucks before you go, eh. You know, like, go and drive your truck. See how realistic you can make it look. And this is why I know I was going to talk about it in this stream, but we got too sidetracked. In the next stream, depending on when stuff turns up in the post, in the next stream we'll talk about how to film your RCs, talk about camera angles, what cameras I use, etc., and how I get the shots I get, if you like what I do, so that when you go out with your trucks, you can try and do some videos and maybe try some of my techniques, and you might like them. John says, no, not the camel truck. Camel truck's about the only truck that I'd sell. The TRX4 is next on the chopping board, but that's not for a little bit yet because there's still a few things I want to do with it. But I won't sell my cross trucks. I just won't, because I love them. Trade you one hand and finger for the camel. If I do get rid of the camel, it'll probably be same sort of setup we're doing with the Mazda. There'll be a number of entries and a donation of a certain amount. It won't be a $2 amount, if I'm honest. It'll be a little bit higher, but maybe, max entries 5. I don't know. This is just off the top of my head. Maybe $10 an entry, because that truck's not your average truck. There's, I think, about 60 hours just in weathering the truck, so that's about the only truck I can think of that I would actually sell at the moment. Oh, and that stupid monster truck 6x6 that I built. So if anyone's keen on that, let me know. Okay, I have to actually glue my blower back on. I knocked my blower off. For those wondering what I'm talking about, I'm talking about this. You can see where the blower goes. That is a 6x6 SMT 10 monster truck. And yes, it floats. So if you'd like to purchase something like this, do contact me. I will make sure the blower's attached. This thing's huge. I'm running out of bench. Bear with me. So yes, this thing I'll gladly put on the chopping block, because it's just one of those, I'm just going to build this, and I built it, and then it was like, what am I going to do with it? I don't know. So if you want a massive truck, I've got any glue here. I'm sick of this supercharger bouncing around my desk. I'm just going to super glue it on, because that's how I did it in the first place. Hello, Shroomister. Like that, thank you. Looked it up. FR4C costs around €439, which is cheaper than TRX4. It's a nice truck, especially if you like small diffs. If people say to you, oh, but the TRX4 is better because it's got portals, the diffs on that are so small that with the factory tyres, you've nearly got more clearance than TRX4 anyway. I don't know if this is actually going to allow me to have glue, or if it's got any left in it. Let's test my luck. Sweet, I've been meaning to glue this on forever. I'm not going to go shy with the glue. So if you'd like to buy an SMT 10 monster truck, do let me know. No bloke's got one. Why doesn't that look like it was exactly there? Must have been. Yeah. Lovely. Nathan, that's actually pretty awesome. It's something. It's got something brushless in it. I put a brushless setup in it. Waterproof brushless setup. I don't know if it's any good, but I put it in there. It's got a 15 kilo servo. I can't remember if that's any good. It's a bit noisy, but it's 15 kilo, and it's better than the cheap shite one that was in there from factory. And it's a proper. We'll stay there now. It's a proper 6x6. So, willing to take trades. Basically, I just built it because. Have you ever built something just because? That's why I built this. So if you're keen on it just because, okay, I do have to weather the other side wheels, but I mean that's something anyone can do. It's literally brown paint with some black paint. You just dip it on, let it dry, dip more of the different colour on, etc. and so on. Done. It was a cheap weathering job on this one for a reason. We wanted that grungy, rusty effect, and it worked. I drive a 1.55 SCX10 on China alloy diffs. Don't say China stuff. I'll tell you why, right? Because nearly all of this stuff comes from China, regardless of what brand it is, right? So this is why, like, when you see certain brands and people go, "Oh yeah, but it's sold by..." That needs gluing too. This isn't a truck you just go and roll over, okay? Just saying. This is, you slow cruise it around and just it looks beastly. But anyway, most of this stuff's made from China, so yeah, I'm funny when people say, "Oh, would you use China divs?" Why not? That's where they're all made anyway. That's just me and my quirky little ways. Stay. Right. So yes, it's basically what it is. So you know where it is if you want to buy one, or just send me a truck for it. Send me a kit. I'll send you a truck. It's got to be a cross kit though. Diffs are all unlocked still, so you can add lockers if you want. But I essentially made it so it does float, so you can drive it across water, you can drive it out the other side, and given that it's got 6 wheels driving it, this thing should paddle itself along in the water pretty well. So what's going to happen is, this probably is going to go first on the chopping block because I'm really not attached to it. Sorry, but I'm not. I'll probably do the same sort of thing we're doing with the Mazda. Do some tickets. See how many tickets people are keen on, and we'll just do a giveaway with it. Possibly whoever wins it pays post because it's not small. I will take the wheels off and try and squish it in some form of box that's only this big. Maybe it's got radio gear and everything, so they can stay with it. I just honestly, as bad as it sounds, I just can't be stuffed with it. I'd rather work on another scale truck. It was a fun build, but it is what it is. And it's all the cage. I didn't make any extra chassis pieces. I used 2 SMT-10 cages and cut them up and used them to make the truck. That was my goal. I only wanted to use parts from both of the trucks to make one. My unbranded China divs are great. They just hang up on everything. I'm off to bed. Enjoy the rest of your night, mate. No worries, come up. I'm about to go bugger off too, because this has been our longest stream so far. Look, it's just one of those things, dude. Real trucks get caught up in places, so the big thing everyone needs to remember is sometimes there's a line that you just can't make. It is what it is. Okay. Get some crap here. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I really do appreciate you all sticking around for so long and watching, and it's awesome that you guys have said you've learnt some stuff from tonight's stream and etc and so on. That's awesome. As I say, please give the stream a like, give it a share. If you'd like to donate, it's very much appreciated, and it helps everything. You're going to see in the next couple of weeks just how much difference it makes. There is a link in the description if you'd like to donate. Join Burton's Custom RC Builds on Facebook. That's where you can enter competitions, get your entries and such. We're going to have a lot of competitions coming up, so go and join there. You sort of have to be a part of that and the YouTube to be able to enter stuff. So go and join up. I'll accept you straight away. And you get to enjoy the normal fun of BCRC. You get to share your pictures and such with us. All brings this whole thing into one. So John says, great stream, Johnny. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Alright. I'm going to bugger off. I'm going to click a button here somewhere. Kristen says, night, XA. Weirdo. Alright, I'm going to click the stream end button. Those little dancing guys are going to dance and some music's going to play with the picture. So you guys can watch that for about a minute and then I'm going to click end stream. Alright. Have fun. See you on the next one.